Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today I am doing a custom journal spread for Becky. So we are going to be doing that in a brand new notebook. So she requested a hummingbirds and flowers theme, which was perfect because my hand-drawn kit this month is hummingbirds and roses. So I get to use my actual stickers from my shop for the spread, which is super fun. So I grabbed a few washi tapes to go along with it. These ones are from Planything. And then I grabbed an Archer and Olive notebook. This one was from a subscription kit, so you cannot grab it. It is a sub kit that was in the past and it's sold out, I believe. I think they normally sell out. If not, go ahead and grab it, but you can only get it as part of the kit. But we're going to go ahead and use this one for Becky. It is so cute. It has this little embroidered thing on it, which I thought was really pretty. She said to surprise her with a notebook, so I thought this one would be perfect for her. So inside it has some gold foil butterflies, and then of course it's all 160 GSM paper. So let's go ahead and do a Dutch door spread. Oh, I also want to grab, see, it's right over here, this box. It has windows in it, and she said she wanted a window spread, so I was thinking we could cut out something to use a window. So let's pick something out for that. Those are doors. Here are other windows. Let's take a look at these. I have a good feeling about what's inside that envelope. And we'll need two, one for each side of the spread. So we'll need them to be similar sized. Oh my gosh, everything is stuck together. Okay, so looking at things, we don't want the ones with the florals on them. See, those are similarly sized. So are these. I think I might like these for it, but let's just see. I think this one's a little skinnier than that one, yeah. But if we look at this, that lines up pretty well. We'll have to make the cut for, let's see, is this a better fit? Trying to decide. I think this is going to be the better fit. Okay, we're going to use those two to create a window in this spread. All right, there we go. We have our supplies. All right, so as I say in every video for patrons, I'm going to raise this up just a little bit because sometimes my journal shifts and I want to make sure it stays in screen. As I say in every video for patrons, I don't like to create this first page as part of the Dutch door because this is blank, not dot grid, and it's kind of part of this like title page. So I just flip it one over and Becky will be able to do whatever she wants here. So we're going to start here. So let's just get a clip to make sure we keep it like that. And let me think about the shape of this. So this is my hummingbirds and roses. You can get either the journal kit or the decorative kit or both. So here's the journaling kit. It's got boxes and functional things as well as a little bit of decorative stickers. And then the decorative kit is set up really for Dutch doors, so we'll use mostly this today. But I flip all the images so that you can use them if you're doing Dutch doors and then have something perfectly lined up when you cut the page and then try to put stuff on the back side. So that is the kit. And so we're going to have a window in the first spread, and then we'll have a few other pages with Dutch doors. So the question is, do we want to do horizontal or do we want to do this way? I think we'll do this way. And I like this window for the front. So first, what we're going to have to do is cut out. It's not going to be a perfect fit, so we're going to have to like make it all work. think we'll cut out for this one. I don't want there to be like extra space. So in order to do that, so we are going to have like a Dutch door coming here because we're going to have like 2 Dutch doors in this. And we want it up, not in the middle, so that she has space for journaling. Down here would be weird. Yeah, so we want to maybe here and have space here and here and have it be part of that. I like it in the middle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just lightly use a pencil to get the shape of the window. And I know it's going to be a little bit out of that because this actually has doors that open. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than that, what we cut, but that'll be a good starting point for guiding what we're doing. All right, so this is my gyro cut. I love it for making these cuts, and I am going a bit outside of those lines, knowing that I have a little extra space to cut off. The first cut in a new journal is always so much fun. All right, and there we go. We've got that. All right, so then the hope is that it fits. Okay, let's go ahead and bend this so that it can open. And I believe these are actually stickers, but I don't want to peel off all the sticker because I don't want, yeah, that looks great. I don't want the doors to get sticky. So what I have to do is lightly cut right there so that when I peel the sticker, the window door does not come up too. It's going to try, but since I've lightly cut it, hopefully I can just detach it. Ah, there we go. Perfect. And there we go. As you can see, I have a little bit to trim right there. I'm right at the top of the window. So I'm going to go ahead and try to open this so that I can get in there and cut this. This is a little bit complicated to cut. Maybe this is better for scissors on the back. No, I don't want to cut too much and cut the window frame. Okay. It's kind of really awkward hand angles for this, but we're gonna get it done. Okay, I think I cut most of the things. Just go like that. There we go. Look at that. Okay, and then on the back, we are going to have, like, you'll be able to see a little bit, and I actually want this to be an open window, I think. Let's see. I've actually got all of these ones too. Will any of these fit? No, they're smaller. Okay, so I'm thinking it's gonna be weird to see 2 sets of window doors in there. So we're gonna go ahead and trim. Where are my tiny scissors? I packed some. I'm just about to go wild tomorrow. As you can tell by my nails, I did them in leopard print for Go Wild. But I've started packing things, so I don't have all my supplies. I have a craft knife and some little scissors, and hopefully TSA won't have a problem with that. And I have whiteout and mild liners and black pens and all sorts of stuff. But we're gonna put this down. This is actually way big now that we do this. we are gonna do sticker surgery for this. This is my favorite thing to do with boxes when I don't have the right size box. I've never done this for a window before. But sticker surgery is when you take the sticker and it's like the perfect design because I want this wood design on it, but it's not the right size or shape. So I totally just peeled it and the sticky part didn't come up. So where is my tape? Here it is. Okay. We're gonna put it down at the bottom of the window and try to make it line up perfectly with the current window. Okay, and so this one has an angle here, so I'm gonna try to cut it with that. And I am gonna first put down this. And now this is not gonna fit perfectly because it's rounded. So should I try to round this, or do I just put stickers over it to hide that little bit? I think I put stickers over it to hide that little bit, like have some flowers or hummingbirds or something like that coming around the edge of the frame. I was going to do that anyways in a different way. And then this one I'm going to have come to right here. And so we'll have a little overhang there. So I'm going to have to trim this. I'm dropping everything everywhere, just a little bit. And I'm going to put this right up to the edge, and that can overlap. So then we have this little gap to fill. So we're going to do that in a minute. And this one I will have to trim a little bit off too. And there's a little lip on that I'm going to take off. Okay. So this is sticker surgery. Take the sticker and adjust it to whatever you need. Okay, that's still a little bit long up there because it's poking over the edge. So I'm just gonna trim that. It's really a thick sticker though, so I don't want to cut through the other piece though. It's a little bit harder to figure out how far to cut. Okay, there we go. There's our little door. What do you guys think? We do need to fix that, but we are going to first get this first Dutch door going. So we do want some space for writing on here. So I'm going to go ahead, put this flower like this, and we don't want to go any further in than that because we do want a little bit of space on this page. And then I think I'm just going to put this one here like this to form the first of this Dutch door, and that'll be the writing space. Okay, we can then use a rose, except I'm going to go ahead. It's kind of got the stem coming off of it. I'm going to just trim it right like that. And tear part of the sticker. It stuck to my finger, but that's okay. We're going to put it back together. Put it coming off the edge right here. Okay. So with this, I think we will get a little bit of washi tape down to go with it to form the edge. And we are going to, do I want that, or do I want it to be all flowers? Maybe it needs to be all flowers. Okay, so if we do all flowers, so we've got the hummingbird, we can put some more flowers up the edge. We can also put in the little tree. These are not identical though, because this one has birds on it. Maybe that's separate. Okay. Kind of like lining it up like this, like they're just poking out from the side of the frame. That's pretty fun. Okay, so I need to keep these ones because they're the symmetrical ones. And then add in some of these to keep going down. And this one will go from underneath the frame because why not? And then leave this space. We'll have lots of space over here for journaling. I promise, Becky. And then put this one here, and that's gonna be the shape of the first Dutch door. So we'll need to cut that out and then fix up the back of the frame. If I can pick up my cutting mat. I just finished my nails and they're gel. I love how they turned out, but I've been getting into gel nails more, but I'm still not used to the fact that they're like completely dry when you're done with them. I keep thinking that I'm gonna like chip them. All right, so the only difference is that this edge of the frame is going to be a little bit different than the other one. So we'll see how that all lines up. We might have to just play around with it a little bit. All right, there is our first little frame, our first little Dutch door. So cute. Okay, so we're gonna get the stickers that we know we can get in first, and then we'll go ahead and fix the back of that frame before we choose anything else. Okay, rose, 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 here it is. If I move this one over a tiny bit, that covers up that side really well. And it's just a little bit over from where the other one is. That worked out great. Okay, where am I going to trim this one? I'm just going to trim this one just where that stem is again. And just like the other one, if I need to put it in slightly, I will. But it still works out pretty well. All right, this one I can trim differently, just like that. Okay, let's not get pieces of sticker stuck to the rest of the notebook. There we go. A tiny bit to trim here. Didn't line it up perfectly, that's okay. I'm just trimming off the white sticker part. Perfect. All right. Next up is this one, which will just sit below the frame this time because the frames are slightly different. And then this one, you see how easy it is to line everything up. All right, so we've done one. Do we want to do 2 Dutch doors or 3 Dutch doors? Because we could do, we're just going to use this real quick. Let's see if I can get these to line up, like so that it looks nice. It might have to require layering like this though. And then it's like layering over this gap. I could trim that though. Okay, so my question is, should I do a layer of washi strips as a Dutch door in between them, or do more like flowers and hummingbirds? Because we could do this and then have a little layer after that. But if I do that, I kind of want to move this over just slightly. Okay, picking up that whole thing, that was easy to pick up. Let's just see right here, kind of messed up this piece, but right here, okay, yeah, everything's in. And actually, I don't need this piece. If I move it over, then it can be thinner. All right, yeah, we're gonna do this. I am thinking about everything a lot. Okay, so I am not good at cutting straight lines. I should have gotten a ruler, but I didn't. Okay, so first, let's take off that. And so my goal with that is to get rid of the middle section that's like extra saturated in color by taking off part of this. It's pretty good. Okay, so this is going to be a Dutch door, but I think, because I have a couple of spots that things went over, I think we're going to put a hummingbird in there to be sticking out over the page. Have this one right here, and then put another down here to cover that little spot. And that'll be that Dutch door. These are so cute. I love them. Okay. Oh, need to do that quickly. Let's grab one of the ones. Okay, on this page, we haven't used this one. Let's go ahead and use this one, and it'll go between pages. So we'll do it like, except that's the same as that one in terms of flowers. So no, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and just put a flower there then. And just do it like that. There we go. Okay, moving on, continuing the cut. When you're cutting things or drawing things, FYI, it is easier to pull downwards. Which means you'll get a straighter line or a better line, a smoother line, if you change the direction of the paper so that you're mostly pulling downwards. Great. Look at that. That is so fun. Okay, so this side I don't need to double up on washi. So we're just going to go ahead and do one strip. trying to line it up with the page cuts. All right, so with this, before I forget, for the window, we don't want Becky to be writing in it. Let's get some really fun flower bird scenes kind of behind it. Okay, so this one is really nice and really fun. I don't know if it's big enough though. Okay, setting it aside really quick. This one definitely is big enough. So we could put this one right in here, but before I press it down, I'm gonna put it like that and not press the top. I wanna get like a flower right behind it. Looking at all my flower pieces. That one. And that little one, I think that'll be good. Yeah, that's cute. And this I do want to move just a little bit so it's not hanging over so much. Yeah, perfect. That looks really fun. All right, and then she'll have space to write like this, so that'll be like a day of writing is what I suggest. And then a day of writing, and then we might be able to fit 2 days of writing here. But next up, I think this one will be great in the window here. So we're gonna line it up as best we can. It is pretty wide though, with all these little birds. Okay, so, and again, before I stick it all the way down, we're just gonna see how that looks. Great. And this one I don't want to trim off its wings, so I'm just gonna push it into the crack there so that I don't have to cut it all the way off. And there we go. Look at that. That is super cute. Okay. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and get just flowers down the side. Probably utilizing a fair bit of these. Just start in the middle here. I have so many different bird images, so we can definitely get a lot in. She said she wanted hummingbirds specifically and flowers, so I'm trying to make sure we have enough hummingbirds in here. This one we'll put right down here on the bottom. And then let's see, which ones haven't we put on here yet? No, that's the same as that image. Let's get this one over here, except up there would be a flower probably. Okay, thinking through all this out loud because we are starting to run out of flowers. I mean, I could always print another, but I don't really want to run out. Okay, that's gonna go there. So it's like this one is trying to get to that flower. We have this little scrap that I'm gonna put there. Use up your sticker bits, friends, when you can. And in here, let's put, let's see, that could be where we use this guy. Like this, and then put a flower, except his eye is being covered by the other hummingbird's beak. So let's move it a tiny bit. maybe like that, and put a flower right here. All right, that kind of forms our collage down this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim all this up and save the floral bits in case we can use them on the other side. This is also a good sized tail and wing, just in case we want to use anything from that as well. Okay, save that. This is looking so cute. Okay, this one I'd love to fill up a lot of stuff as well. And then we'll make this super functional and add some boxes everywhere. Okay, so with that, we'll just start laying down some things, and that's kind of the right spot for it to end. And that is too. Okay. Let's see. We don't have a ton left of the flowers, so I'm just trying to get this organized the right way. Look, we have a tiny flower piece here. And then we'll need to use these two. All right, so which one am I gonna put where? This one's a bigger space, so let's put in the one with green, but going a different direction than that one. There we go. There's our little collage on that side. So I'll go ahead and trim this up. All right, so this one is a little less like full of space for writing because of putting the window in, which Becky requested. When you use a window, it does take up some usable space. But as you can see, there's still plenty of space for journaling, and we are going to get in some boxes so that it just adds to that function really well also. So let's go ahead and put in some boxes. I think I'll put boxes here and here just for some balance to the page, and then leave some blank space as well. So this one is not quite as big as that, so I'm not going to use a big box, but I'll use that one, and then see, I was thinking one of the long ones. I'll have to do blue, or no, I'll do pink. And just line it up like that. Great. So as I mentioned, I'd recommend doing one day here, one day here, and then maybe 2 days here. We might be able to fit that in. Okay, so I'm going to put up boxes here and here to make it different from this side. And we can go ahead and use this one because we haven't used a light peach sticker yet. And pair it up with one of these. Then use these ones. This is looking so fun, you guys. Look at that. Okay. Oh, you guys. Silly me. Did I use some of these on here, or do I still have them? I still have this one. I'll need to go grab the other hummingbird or make it work. Give me a second to figure that out. You guys were probably yelling at me through the screen that I was forgetting these. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do I have left? I can go grab another one if I need to, but this guy might fit. Is that the last one? Yeah, okay, let's see if this guy fits. If not, I will go get another of the peach ones. Yeah, he doesn't fit. Okay, be right back. All right, I grabbed another sticker sheet. Alrighty. There we go. Okay, now we can decorate with boxes over here. All right, we're going to use up the other big boxes because I love these boxes. We're going to put this one in the middle, actually. And this one up top. All right, we'll do a set of 3 boxes on each of these pages, just so that there's some extra boxes on this one. Let's see. Maybe not. I didn't like it right next to that sticker. We're going to put it on this side. So it's not right on top of that one. And this one here instead. All right. And then there is so much going on these pages because of adding that window in and adding the little scene here, that I think this one we're going to leave a little bit emptier. Other than, I feel like we could get a tiny thing right here, maybe just another set of boxes, because I don't want to take up more functional space, really. Yeah, let's just put another 2 boxes down here. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at this. This is the finished spread. I love how this came out. So flowerful, so many hummingbirds. And Becky, I hope you love this. There you go. All right, thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.